There's lots of noise for some reason. Don't know why. Gonna have to sort that out. Hang on. There was a lot of noise there for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, hello. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Seems a bit weird. The noise is a bit weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hello. I had to go a bit later today because I've got the curtains and the light affects everything. And all you would see is just, you know, a silhouette and nothing else. That's what she said. How you doing? You're in Imor now. Really? God, you just get around so much. Say hello to Eric. Hey Ibrahim, hey Tommy. Layla, hello. Level 2, Mako, Sentry. Stephen, hello. Shortax, sup? Hey, what? I only found out that you did that yesterday. Do what? Eh? That makes absolutely 0 sense. Yeah, I think it's 6,000. YouTube's still toying with me. I mean, it was 6,045 at one stage, and then it sort of dropped down to 5,000 within like the space of a week. Maybe because I did a video about some guy who was being a bit over sort of enthusiastic about things, because I can't be trusted. And then I sort of lost loads of subs, and then I got some back. And the other day I was at 6,045, and now I'm back down to 6,030. But it seems to have steadied, so I thought, sod it. Done that. Done what? What did I do? I don't understand what I've done. Yeah, you do get subs, losing subs left, right and centre. But hey, you know, it's now steadied out, so I can do a giveaway. Yay! That's what you can do. Anyway, so I had to get, like I said, I had to go a bit later. No, I don't have a sub counter. I'm doing great, thank you, Layla. How are you? Yeah, I try to find new and inventive ways to say Layla. You never know. I might do an Eric Clapton hello of Layla one day. Although that'd be really bad, wouldn't it? To be fair, that wouldn't be the greatest thing to see. Anyway, so like I said, I had to go a bit later because, as you know, I've moved recently and I still haven't got the curtains up. And at this time of the day, when I normally do this, then the sunlight is sort of over there and it sort of blasts in and you wouldn't see anything at all, to be honest. You wouldn't see a thing. So anyway, let's have a look what's in the store, because we always start off with that, don't we? Oh, look! British invasion. Ice cream chilling. I need to speak to you, bro. At some stage. Thank you very much, my friend. But I do need to speak to you. I saw your message and then lost it. But I wanted to speak to you about something. Sorry if the camera's lagging a bit. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Idea. I'll just sort it out. Nice. So, first off, British invasion. Well, there's tier 5, 6, 7, 8, or 10, because there's no tier 9. And, well, you know, you get 14 containers with a random reward, or a chance to get one of those tanks. It's a container. Now, you have to look at the vehicle drop chance is actually 10%. That's not bad for these things, for a change. But you're still spending 15,000 gold, and the chances are you're probably going to get a tier 5 or a tier 6. But you do get 14 goes, okay? So that's my boss, but I'm not going to answer him now because it's like late in the day. You get like 14 goes at getting a tank. So is it bad? Well, they're asking you to drop gold. They're not asking you to drop cash. But again, it's still, you know, you're still missing tanks in that list if you look at it logically. Well, no, you're not. You've got every single premium in there. Even the TOG 2. Woohoo! Everybody needs a TOG 2. And as you can see there, I mean, you can get the Super Conch, you can get the Mark 6, and you get the Badger. Badger was in the store recently. it's still a lot of cash for 15. It's still 15,000 gold for 14 crates. It is 14 crates though, and you have got quite a big drop chance. To be fair, the tanks. Well, let's have a look at the tanks. I mean, okay, the Angry Connor's a meme tank. The AC4 Sentinel, it's okay. The TOG 2 is fantastic, and everybody should have a TOG 2. The Churchill. The Cromwell B is a fantastic tank, the AT-15A is a fantastic tank, the FV201A45 is a fantastic tank. The Turtle, despite what everybody says, isn't actually that bad. The Action X is a fantastic tank. The Chieftain T95, well, I'm giving one of those away if people want one, and I like it. The Centurion Mark V 1 RAAAC is a great tank, so is the Defender Mark 1, so is the Chimera, so is the Mark 6, so is the Super Conk, and so is the Badger. So you've got a few crap tanks in there, but generally you've got some really good tanks. But I agree with you, St. Geordie. It's still containers. Containers are still containers. You know, I'm not a big fan of containers. There's no charms. You're not getting charms, I don't think, for any of these. It's just, you know, you get the tank or you don't. And the chances are, you know, you've got a 10% drop chance, but it doesn't tell you because there's so many in there. It's not for me to tell you how to spend your cash, but if you're chasing after a particular vehicle, then the chance of you getting that particular vehicle is very low, especially when there's so many in there. And you may get one of the lower tiers, which you don't really want. I do like the Turtle, Layla, to be honest with you. I don't think it's as bad as people make out. It's just that people don't like playing it because it's slow and it's cumbersome. You know, if you stick it on top of a hill, then everybody's going to pen you. Of course they are. But that's not the whole idea of the Turtle. It's a bit like the tortoise. Don't stick it on a hill; you'll be fine. So I mean, if you wanna, yeah, charms would be better. If you want to test your hand at this, then I'm not the man to tell you shouldn't do it. All I can say is the crates, guys. You know, it's more luck than judgment. To be honest with you, you have to have crate RNG on your side to get the tank that you're after. But 15,000 gold, is it worth it? I don't know. You get a lot in there. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, the other things you get, for 10% drop chance, you get boosters. Woohoo! You get XP and certificates for a premium account. 30% chance, you get boosters. Woohoo! More XP, more premium account. And with a 50% drop chance, you get boosters. Woohoo! And XP and premium account. So, you know, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to spend your cash. I'll just warn you. Because if you already have the vehicle, compensation will be half a million credits for a tier 5, 700,000 for a tier 6, 1 million for a tier 7, 1.5 for a tier 8, and 3 million for a tier 10. So, you know, not getting much. And then there's another one there, but for 3,000. Then we got the IS-6 with combat trophies. Now the IS-6 normally goes for 7,500, I believe. It's a tech tree tank, but this one is 5,500, and it comes with 30 days of premium, which in itself is quite a lot of gold. And it's got all the equipment unlocked, and it's got 25 boosters, and it's got the attachments, and it's clearly got the Blitz Order legendary avatar, which is what everybody wants. It's still an IS-6. Okay, it's a good credit earner, and if you're new to the game, it's alright, but it's been power crept to heck. It's not the tank it used to be. You know, I mean, it's not a great tank, let's be honest. Then we got immediate upgrade, whatever that is, for 7,500. You get concealment containers plus 5 million credits, 30 days premium, 600 rare boosters. Boosters, woohoo! Same here, but just gets lower and lower. Then we got the British invasion again, because, you know, these are specials and these are always there. And then we got the STG and the T54 first prototype. Now, I played the first proto yesterday, and, well, I'll show you the replay, if I've still got it. I like the first proto. A lot of people don't. I like it. I got a little bit lucky with the RNGesus, I'm being honest with you. But here you're getting 2 tanks for 12,500, and these tanks are guaranteed, unlike crates. Here you get the STG, a tank that a lot of people slated, maybe because they played it like a heavy rather than a medium. It's a medium and it's rear turreted. It's actually not a bad tank if you put it in the right position. You know how to play it. And the T54 first prototype, I do like the 54 Proto, and I'll show you a replay on it in a moment. Well, in that you get the legendary camos, and you get certificates, and you get the sickle legendary avatar, which everybody wants, yeah. And that's for 12,500. You're getting two pretty decent tier 8s there. They're not bad. A lot of people don't like, as I said, the STG or the other tank. So for 12,500, you can get both tanks fully equipped and everything. For 10,500, you just get the STG with everything that comes in the double bundle, but 12,000, 2,000 gold less. So I scratch my head in wonder. Then we have the feline family, and this is one that I would avoid you dropping your cash on, to be honest with you, unless you're a tank collector. I mean, the Tiger 131 AK, it's not a Tiger. Not really, it's a Kuru. It's not bad. Out the bunch, it's not bad. Then you got the Panther 88, a notoriously difficult tank. I mean, this tank didn't get the buffs that the Panther 2 and the Panther got. It was sort of missed out the loop, so it's a little bit meh. It's a notoriously difficult tank, despite the fact it's got an 88mm gun, which was meant to make it more powerful. But it's paper thin, it's not exactly quick. I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And when we did the ace challenges, this is one of the tanks I took out, because a lot of people never get the ace in this damn thing. And then you got the Panther M10, another Panther variant. In fact, it's just a Panther with some additional armor put on. Well, it's not armor, some additional plating put on it to make it look like an American M10. It's they were used in the Ardennes, but it's just a Panther. And again, this is one that missed the buffs. So when they went out and buffed all the Panthers, they missed the M10, they missed the Panther 88. And that's going for 8,000. And, for that you're getting a tier 6, a tier 7, and a tier 8. Unless you're a tank collector, that's a lot of cash. Okay, you're getting 3 tanks, but it's still a lot of cash. Is the T55A a good tank? It's a great tank. It's a great tank. A lot of people don't like it. Is the T54 Proto different to the mod one? Yeah, the Proto is the mod one, isn't it? I thought it was. Oh, is it? I can't remember. I think isn't it the same? I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then you get the tanks individually. There you go. It got a little buff, but it's still less on the front plate. And then you got Camo Containers, and I'll look at the mod one in the 54 Proto in a minute. And obviously you've got the normal stuff like this. Avatar containers, because you need those. Boosters for 2,100 gold, because you don't get them for free. They don't throw them at you. In the bundle side, well, we've got premium passes, obviously, for the. That's what I thought. Layla Proto is the mod one. You got the premium passes, obviously, for the event, and then you got the Skoda containers. Now this one's for cash, and this one is for charms. And I did a video on this, and even I haven't bought these, and I'm a tank collector. And the reason being is to guarantee the tank, you've got to spend about $125, which for a tier 8 I think is a little bit too much, to be perfectly honest with you. Hence the reason why I didn't buy them. The Jade N41D, it's not a bad tank actually. Again, I haven't got it because I'm not going to spend $10 on a tier 7. It is a nice tank though. I have played it on my press account, and I went out one game and aced it, so I liked it. It was nice. Hey Ashley. Oh, the Great Gross Tractor. It's a meme tank. I mean, it's slow as heck, and it's got a. It looks like it's got. It's a meme tank. Yeah, it resides down in tier 3. It's now a collector. I'm not even going to do a video on it because I refuse to go out in it because it's just painful, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd rather go out in the TOG. The TOG is more fun. Anyway, there you go. And then you got the other stuff, the strategic advantage and the high potential and the power build-up and there's more Skoda containers, more basic kit. And the Doolally. I'm going to open this because just to prove they don't throw boosters at you. They just don't, You have to work hard to get these boosters. So I said I was going to show you. Let me just drop this first. So I was going to show you a replay of the T54 where it's uploaded. I'm such a plonker. I've got a T54, so there it is. T54 first Proto. So this was me rolling out it yesterday, mainly because I got a birthday in it, no other reason. Now, as I said, I actually like this tank. A lot of people don't. A lot of people struggle in it. I don't know why. I mean, I like it. Yeah, it is Layla. The gross tractor is similar to the Mark tanks from World War One. The track layout is, yeah, and it looks a beast, and it can bounce and can do things like that. But it's a meme tank, and unless you're a tank collector, you're not going to be interested in it. It's as simple as that, really. But it's good fun. It is good fun. Discord on block, eh? What do you mean? No one's blocked on Discord. No one is blocked on Discord. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Absolutely not. Well, let me look at my settings. No one. Where is it? No. 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 No one's blocked. I haven't blocked anybody at all. There's nobody blocked here. No, I can see anyway. I don't know then. That's very strange. Well, yeah, it's not telling me that anybody's blocked. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know how to. I've checked, and it's not telling me anybody's blocked. So I don't know how to unblock somebody who's not blocked, basically. I'm looking at my settings as well, and nobody is blocked. Oh, there is only one person blocked, and that's a guy called Joe Sanchez. Sorry, Joe. But you did sort of abuse me. Aside from that, no one's blocked. Anyway, this is me in the mod one. As you can see, it was a great team that was facing off against. Actually, it was, because there was a guy from Tertia. So, I mean, it depends how you play it. I mean, we've already done 2.3k here, and I've bounced 1.1. It will bounce every now and then. It is a little bit. I mean, I like it. I do like it. It's 3-on-3 here, and we've got it all to play for. They've got a good tune on the other side. An E75 and a Luva, two very good players, 65% plus win rates, I believe. And obviously they've got that Progetto that nobody killed, despite whittling him down, which is really annoying. There's the Progetto. He's a one-shot. I mean, I could have chased after him, but here came the E75, and I forgot to change ammunition here, which is really stupid of me, but I only had 7 AP rounds left, so sod it. And finally the Progetto dies. And now we just got the Luva to deal with, and he's a good player, by the way. He's a very good player. Stats better than me, much better than me, because I'm just an average player. Anyway, so I mean, it's a nice tank if you put it in the right place and you do the right thing. It's a lovely little tank, but a lot of people do struggle with it. It hasn't got the turner speed that some of these sort of mediums have, but it does have trolley armor. Okay, that's a Luva and it's going to bounce. Correct, that is true. It does have weak pen, but as I said, I mean, you can get some good bounces out here. I have a bit of a ping spike here as I'm going around the corner. I had a ping spike and sort of sent me up a hill. couldn't do anything about it until the ping spike disappeared, but it did. I mean, we get mutual bounces here. If you angle the mod one, you will get bounces. Hopefully I'm going to load and out DPM him, and I do, which was nice. So, I mean, I like it. It's okay. It's not a bad tank. But then again, I'm a strange person, and I like tanks like the Turtle and the STG, stuff like that. But, I mean, that was yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, actually. It's okay. It's a nice tank if you're into that sort of thing. And as you can see there, I mean, I played it because I had a birthday in it, not because of any other reason. Hence the reason why I got 232,000 credits, mainly because it was a birthday tank. Anyway, so that was that. Now, a couple of other things. I don't know about you, but I've been really chuffed. Well, a couple of things have happened. Firstly, I've been really peeved with the servers. I mean, the servers have been terrible. I mean, the servers have been absolutely terrible recently. Ping spikes left, right, and centre, which haven't been the best. Okay, and you know, my internet has been churning out pretty decently, and all of a sudden, I'm getting package loss in, you know, spike after spike after spike, and it can't be at my end because, as I said, my internet churns out pretty decently. So, you know, that's one thing that's annoying me. You know, somebody mentioned in the chat earlier that they were suffering from lag as well. So it's not useful and it's not helpful, but I guess it happens. The thing that has impressed me though is Wargaming suddenly decided, rightly or wrongly, and I think it's a good decision, to mess around with their quick tournaments. So we had a 2v2, a 3v3 and a 4v4. Unfortunately I missed the 2v2, but I played the 3v3 and the 4v4, and it's a fantastic time, absolutely fantastic time. It was really good fun, and you get to, you know, you just get to have a bit of a laugh, and you earn a bit of credits, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm hoping, I think they're going to do it again. Now I think the format is Sunday is, I think the format is Sunday is 7v7. Monday is 2v2, Wednesday 3v3, and Friday is 4v4. But I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to wait and see and find out. But guys, if you haven't rolled out any of these, they're really good fun. And they're tier 6, tier 8, in tier 10, which means they're tier 6 in tier 5 and 6, tier 7 and 8, tier 9 and 10. And you know, they are good fun. They're a bit of a giggle, to be honest with you. And you can earn some credits. And they're sort of on almost all day. I'll show you in a minute after this replay that they're on for a long time. Hello, there can be only one. Yeah, again, packet loss I think is on the server side. And I mean, my ping has been okay recently, but I've been getting ping spikes and everything. But, you know, the update isn't due yet. I think it's due, I don't know when it's due actually, but I know the update isn't due yet. So I don't know what's causing it, is the honest answer. I have no idea. That's right, St. Geordie. It's the loss is between the two. And like I said, it can't be my internet because I'm churning out at 900 kilobytes. What am I churning out of? I'm churning out at 900 megabytes a second. So it can't be me. To be fair. Read in-game DMs. I will. So yeah, it can't be that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, they do keep moving. I don't know what's going on with the servers, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm hoping it will settle down because there's nothing worse than rolling out and, you know, the game's hard enough as it is without having to contend with package loss and everything else. But, you know, maybe they will sort it. But it doesn't distract from the fact that, hey, these little tournaments at the moment, 2v2, 3v3 and 4v4, are really cool, really funky, and I really enjoy them. So see Galaxy's in the literally over the other side of the world compared to me, and he's in a scrim and they've got lost as well and they're lacking, so it can't be just me and it can't be my poor old internet at this end. if him and his scrim is having the same issues. Just the way it works. So, but we have got an update coming, and there's a lot in the new update. Hey Striker, there's a hell of a lot in the next update. That a lot of people have expressed concern over this because they're saying, oh, the Evers is getting nerfed too much. They're not. They're really not. I mean, how many Evers are there at tier 10, and they're only picking on a couple of them, and the ones they're picking on are normally the tournament ones, and to be perfectly honest with you, the tournament ones are a little bit, they need to be changed. I mean, the E5, to be perfectly honest with you, I said this last week, the E5 and the 215B, they don't need those super duper boosters. They really don't. But they've got them. And now, hey, damn it, man. And now Wargaming got a problem with the introduction of these super duper boosters and then sticking on tanks left, right, and centre. They've got an issue because what those super duper boosters did, they sort of gave a patch buff to those tanks. And when you patch buff a tank, no, I haven't moved my setup anywhere. I've just changed the lighting a little bit. When you patch buff, it's very difficult to then nerf at a later date. And what they've got to do now, they've got to sort of rebalance, not nerf, they've got to rebalance. And it's difficult to balance the tanks at a later date when you have a patch buff because they didn't buff them. Okay, they got some HP, but that's all they got. I mean, the buff actually came because it was a patch buff, because of the consumable. So that's the issue. Can be anyone that unfortunately that is very true. People, let's be honest, I mean, people are being thrown boosters and everything to advance really quickly. And I mean, I was going to do a video on it the other day, and it's like, an analogy would be me going to do my law degree. Oh, encoding overload. Oh, I don't know why. Didn't like the smasher. It's like me when I went to university. So I turned up at Freshers Week, the first week in year 1, to study my law degree, and I turn around and say, okay, I'm ready now. I've been here for a week. Let me do the final exam. I don't need the next 3 years to study and learn anything. I just want to do the final exam. I'm going to fail miserably. It's just the way it works. Fail miserably. But that's what we're doing in Blitz. We're turning up, at Freshers Week, and at the end of that week, where we've just attended a couple of lectures and, not even handed in an essay, then we've said, okay, ready for the final exam now. Let's go. And it doesn't work that way. And the problem is that, people want those big tanks. They want, look, oh, there we go, look. So it is 7 versus 7 on Sunday, which means that if they're sticking to format, it'll be 2 versus 2 on Monday, and 3 versus 3 on Wednesday, and 4 versus 4 on Friday. Now, this is the thing. If you look at this, registration period starts, this is for the EU. I mean, it's the same for all the other regions, but obviously timings are specific for those regions. So for EU server, it's from 9 a.m. till 9:30 in the evening. So that's like a good old 12 and a half hours to register. And then you can start playing from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock in the evening. I mean, that is craziness on a stick. I mean, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, I've seen them, all 9 of them. Bloody hell, there's so many. No, it's not. It's not YouTube page removing. It's Google moderator. There's a Google moderator, and I don't know what they moderate. Okay. No, you're not blocked. No, I don't think it will change that much. I think it may bring It may bring some mediums back into the game, which, you know, I mean, that's not a bad thing, to be honest with you. I think the changes in 8.2 are needed, to be honest with you. I mean, my yours is a mango. My favourite fruit, is, funnily enough, is a banana. Let's oh, replays. Sorry. Some wild ones have. A lot of people sent me TDs. So what do I think about it? Well, I mean, okay, I did speak about it last week, but let's look at it from a logical viewpoint. As I said last week, if you've got the E5 with its super duper consumable, there's no need for you to get a pattern. Not really. Why would you get a pattern? I mean, you've got a tank that looks exactly the same, that has better armor, better mobility because it's got a super duper boost, better gun handling, and better penetration, and well, just a better tank, and it's got more hit points. So you don't need a pattern. You don't need it. So what's the point? So what they needed to do, they needed to drop that super consumable booster, which they've done. It's reduced it. They needed to make the reload slightly faster, because I don't know about you. I mean, you're a pro player. I don't roll out a 215B or an E5 with the adrenaline. I don't do it because I don't think there's any need for it, because the reload is so quick anyway. What's the point? And I know a lot of pro players don't bother with the adrenaline on those tanks, using it for reactive armor or something else. I mean, why would you bother it? He is an authoritarian. That is very true, actually, Treadhead. So, is it really going to change? I mean, it's only the IS4, the Cranwagon, the E5, and the 215B in real terms. Wait, camera, I'm here. Okay, there. Sort it out. So, these are all the Clan Wars tanks. I mean, they're not changing the IS7, they're not changing, you know, the E100. Oh, and the mouse, of course, the poor old mouse, which when they first increased its hit points to 3,000, I said was stupid. And I love the mouse, my favourite tank. And I said, putting 3,000 hit points on an already meaty, beefy tank is just ridiculous. And now they've gone back on that and said, oh, well, we're going to reduce it down to 2,850, which is what they should have done to begin with. Because when you then put on the extra 4%, you're going to get back to 3,000 anyway. Now, you're getting, you know, over 3,000 because you put the extra 4% on. People do, because why wouldn't you? It's a mouse. I mean, why would you put anything other than that on? You know, you're not gonna put anything on it that's gonna, you know, restrict the amount of ram damage you get. It's a fucking mouse. It's the one that does the ramming. You know, it's just a ridiculous thing that they did there, and so that makes sense. The Crown Wagon, the IS4. The IS4, I don't understand, to be honest with you. It doesn't have a super duper boost. It's not the best tank in the game. It's a nice heavy. Don't get me wrong. It's easier to use than the IS7. It's got a pretty decent reload. It's got a Russian gun. It's not got the best penetration. But the pro players just make it look like it's an easy tank to drive, and it probably is the easiest of all the heavies. Tier 10 is probably the most noob friendly, to be honest with you. I mean, you don't have to do much other than hide your bottom plate. Let's be honest with you. So, I don't know. We will see. Anything can happen. But, yeah, we might get a few more mediums. Oh, dear. Excuse me 2 seconds while I speak to my boss, because he's giving me a hard time. So anyway, yeah, sorry about that. Boss phoned. It happens. Anyway, do I think a Ho can pen a VK90 is upper plate? Ho can penetrate almost anything. But let's. I want to just show you something. So just drop that. Drop this. Stick this on. And here we go. This is the E5. So when you look at the consumables, what is the point? There's no point in having this. Okay, you can have reactive armor. I mean, I've got it here at the moment with double repair kit. Sometimes I take the reactive armor, but double repair kit and the super duper boost. Why? Well, it gets tracked a lot. Basically, you can perma track this thing a lot, and it's a pain in the ass. And then for provisions, instead of having the reactive armor, I just put the sandbag armor on it, coke and stuff like that. Easier. But this is the thing. So if I take this back, so you get a 20% to loading speed. But look at the load speed on it already, okay? It's 9 seconds. 9 seconds is fantastic, to be honest with you. Which means you're going to drop it down to what, 8.5 seconds, roughly? It's not going to make an ounce of difference, to be honest with you. That's why that needed to go up. And if you then change that and have a look at the British tank, the 215B, you've got a similar scenario. Look at the reload here, 7.9 seconds. Why do you need to? You don't need to run it. And as you can see, I don't run it. Again, this time I do. This one's harder to track than the E5. That's the reason why I've got the reactive armor on. So it's needed, is my view. I think it's needed, but it's not. Other people may disagree. But I've spoken to quite a few pros, and quite a few pros play it without the adrenaline because they don't need that quicker reload. So when they bring this update and they're going to change the reload, then it'll be probably a better tank. It'll be an interesting tank. I don't think the reason they play it on tournaments is because it's so bloody good. It really is. Hey, Kiko. I think they do actually. I can't remember. I don't think the 268 has. That is true, Layla. But when you compare it to some of the other headers, like the E100 in the mouse, the E100 is what, 16 seconds? The mouse is 14. 9 seconds is pretty comparable. When you look at the IS7, the IS4, they're pretty longish as well. But this is the problem, Pluto. What they've done now, as I said, the problem that we've got is they did this patch buff with regard to this stupid consumable. And now they've got to rebalance it without taking the consumable away. They shouldn't have given it the consumable. And therein lies the problem. Without the consumable, they wouldn't have needed to do this. It's ironic that they're only sort of touching those tanks that end up in tournaments. And they do that anyway, because they want more variation in the tournaments. Because eventually, you've got to change the tournament format. You can't just keep having IS4s and E5s and Kranwagens rolling out. You've got to change it around a bit every now and then, and they do this all the time. They tinker with it to change the meta. So you may start seeing a few more. I don't think you're going to start seeing a shed load of TDs because obviously the hit points are still the hit points, the heavies are still the heavies. But you may start seeing a few more mediums being able to get around there. What with traverse speeds and reload times and consumables being sort of downgraded, so to speak. So you may get a few more of those coming in. That is true, PT Blitz, and that's what I think. All they're doing is they're trying, as I said, they're trying to sort of rectify a patch with these consumables that didn't work. But hey, it happens. So, I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen, mainly in the upper tiers. And it's not going to be as bad as people think, I don't think. Yeah, no worries, Striker. Thanks for popping back anyway, man. Yeah, well, therein begs the question, Layla. Now, the reason they brought this super duper consumable in to begin with was because people weren't playing, or they were playing and not playing them very well, the British line. Okay, especially when you start getting to the tier 9s and the tier 10s, and more importantly the tier 10. And a lot of people were saying that the 215B was a dreadful tank, and it's not. It's actually a really good tank, and it's a fantastic tank. It's a dreadful tank if you don't know how to play it. If you know how to play it, it's a fantastic tank. Whereas the FV4202, again, another fantastic tank. However, again, another one of those tanks, it's only fantastic if you know how to play it. And if you don't know how to play it, that's a great move. I lost my hit points. poor Sheridan. And it's so people were struggling in these two tanks. So what they did, that's a great mastery there in the E50M. And that's getting a bit of a buff as well, but only on its mobility, yeah, across rough ground and stuff. So they brought it in to try and get people to sort of, get to the point where they say, oh, well, blah, okay, we'll start playing these tanks. Did I play this really? I can't remember. No, I don't think I did. But they didn't really, the consumable is not going to change. They didn't bring it for the FV4202. They brought it for 215B. And it doesn't really change anything. And then they thought, you know what, we'll extend it to the American tanks as well, because people don't like those either, because they struggle in those. So they extended it to the American line. And it's only certain tanks that have got it. It's just ridiculous. And they shouldn't have done it, to be honest with you. And now, I did a video recently on the T95. Now, the T95 Doom Turtle has always been a fantastic tank. When it first came out, it was absolutely rock solid. Then they sort of had a bit of a nerve around its frontal armour, and it became less rock solid. But it's still pretty formidable, and you stick it, in a good place, mainly pointing towards the enemy. And a lot of people are going to struggle to pen you, even with premium ammunition, because the aiming it's a slither at the bottom plate. And that's the whole idea of the Doom Turtle. It's got a great gun. It's got absolutely pants mobility. Okay, and it's got rock solid frontal armor. And the idea was it's a bunker buster. Okay, and it was never meant to get you anywhere close to the battlefield anywhere soon. And the idea was the biggest problem for this thing was the lights and the mediums, because they are going to circle you to death. And the whole idea was, if they can get around the side or back of you, they're just going to smack you to kingdom to come. So in Wargaming's infinite wisdom, because people are struggling in the tank, let's give it a super duper booster. This way it can turn on a dime. And it does. The thing is just massive. It's just huge. The T92, the T95 now is just a crazy, ridiculous, crazy tank. And, so many people now, it must be bad. Seriously. I can't say anything other than that. It's got to be. It's a crazy tank. It's no longer a tank that is difficult to play. Well, I don't think it is. And I did a video on it really recently, where you can now literally front line in this thing. You could used to be able to front line in it, but now you can front line in it comfortably. Comfortably. And I front lined it on mines. I went up the hill. It's because you can, And gone are the days when you could worry about, I'm going to get flanked by a medium, because now you just drop your super booster. It's like zoop, just madness. And one of the problems you've got is that people are not, people are struggling in the tanks because they don't know how to play the tanks, not because the tanks are absolutely crap, but just struggling to play the tanks because they haven't bothered to learn the tanks, and therefore because they struggle, then what's happening is Wargaming are throwing these sort of buff patches at them, which is super duper consumables. I don't know. Either or. Probably the Leo one rather than the Bat Chat. It does help the T95 massively. It's a massive help on the T95. Ridiculously stupid, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. You know, I mean, I've always thought the T95 is a truly formidable tank. A truly formidable tank. That's a great mastery there by Vegemite Tanker. Fantastic player, by the way. I mean, I've still got this thing in here. I've still got the Doom Turtle. I don't know if I've still got it because I've been playing loads of other things. Oh, there you go, look. Playing the Skoda. I've still got the Doom Turtle in here? I don't think I have. Nah. Unfortunate. Oh well. Oh dear. No. It be gone, it be. It's a damn shame that, yeah. Because it was good. It was a good yeah, actually, have I got it? I don't know. I may have it somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. I don't think I have got it. I think I've got rid of it. I've been playing so many other things recently. I think I've deleted it all. Yeah, I probably deleted it all. But yeah, I mean, the Doom Turtle is fantastic nowadays, and I don't understand why people would do anything other than, you know, not play it with its super duper speed boost, because it really is a fantastic tank. I can't find I think I got rid of them all. I think I deleted them all, to be fair. Anyway, you've seen the video. Well, you should have seen the video. Possibly. Oh no, hang on. Well, I don't know which one's which though. It's not going to play them anyway, because it was before the update. By looks on it, yeah. Sod it. We don't need to watch it anyway. Load of crap. Who else did we have? Badger. Here we go. So you know, it's. I don't agree when they do these sort of buffs, but there we go. That's exactly correct, Miko. I mean, it was meant to be a formidable tank. Okay, it was meant to be formidable, and now it was formidable, and now it's even more formidable because it can just, you know, spin like a ballerina, and, you know, fair play. You know, that's what they want. That's also true, PT. They did sort of change the turtle to the tortoise as well, and this is why people don't like the turtle. Okay, they don't like the turtle because they don't like those sort of tanks, because it's not the same. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of loaders at the moment. Oh, I'll give it a go later if see if it is still playable. There are a lot of auto loaders at the moment, and that's one of the big problems with the MM. But there we go. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is everybody. Well, I say everybody, all the YouTubers who are obviously a lot bigger, better, more successful than me, because I'm just tainted, are all talking about this tank company, okay? And, you know, it's being made a big deal of. Well, look, tank company is basically Blitz, and the way it works is this. It's a Chinese company, tank company, and wargaming, like most companies, to operate in China, they have to be a Chinese entity. And to be a Chinese entity, you have to be Chinese, national, and stuff like that. It's just the way it works in China. So the other thing that you have to give up is your IP. You have to give away your intellectual property. Okay? And it's the reason why there's this game called Tank Company, because Wargaming do not own the rights to its own IP on the Chinese server. Okay, now only Chinese can play the Chinese server. Okay, best of luck. You can't play it unless you've got a Chinese ID card, effectively. So Wargaming doesn't own their own IP rights effectively in China, allowing other companies like Tank Company to basically steal their IP. I mean, this is normal stuff in China. Okay, it's everyday run-of-the-mill stuff because they don't believe in monopolies. It's basically a communist country. Okay, so they don't believe in monopolies. There's nothing monopolized. Simple as that. So, a lot of talk about this making its way outside of China. Okay, that's slightly different because there are copyright laws outside of China. Okay, and basically, you know, if somebody thinks that a company like Wargaming, who, don't get me wrong, I mean, we always sit there and think, oh, you know, little Belarusian company that makes this game called Blitz. No, they make quite a lot of games, and they are more than a little Belarusian company. I mean, they are, in fact, quite big, quite huge, and incredibly wealthy. Now, they're not going to give up that easily, okay? There are people like me, lawyers, well, better than me, very highly paid and very, very clever lawyers, who work in intellectual property across the world. And this Tank Company will probably never see the light of day outside of China. If it does, it probably see the light of day as something other than Tank Company. So don't get your hopes up too much just yet. A lot of people are getting their hopes up. A lot of things can happen between now and then. Now, some of you may or may not know that in 2013, Tank Company wanted to release a version outside of China. Wargaming stopped them. They sued their ass off them. And they got an injunction, which is what's normally going to happen. So, guys, if it comes, it comes. And it'll be another game, okay? And, you know, it'll be a game, just like that. You may like it, you may not like it. You may enjoy it, you may not enjoy it. You may turn around and say, well, you know, I've jumped from the frying pan into the fire, and that may be true. You may jump from one to the other. You just never ever know. I've got loads of replays here, but I'm not going to play them. Let's play the Panzer Unterseeboot. So you just never know. Okay. And there's no harm. I mean, look, the chances are, again, it's going to be another copy paste. Boom, boom. Okay, which means you're going to have to spend money. Nobody gives you anything for free in this world. And the Chinese aren't going to start doing it anytime soon, believe me. So if you're pissed now with Wargaming doing crates and stuff, then you're going to be equally pissed when the Chinese do it also. Because it's going to be same. Absolutely. And as they say in Thailand, same, but different. It's going to be no different, guys. So, you know, as Public Enemy, the rapping from the 1990s, 1980s said, don't believe the hype. It is what it is. The thing is, Layla, Wargaming is absolutely huge in Russia. Huge. I mean, I've just done the Summer Pro Tour, okay, and it's a summer season, and summer season you generally don't get great stuff, okay. You don't get great views. Not that I get great views anyway, but you generally don't get great views. But and here's and you read out what happened. So because it gets slightly interesting. If I can find it. Here it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where's it gone? Oh, it's disappeared. It's just vanished. I don't know. Oh dear. No, I basically had a spreadsheet that I can't find anymore. And this spreadsheet basically tells you, oh, here we go, that's spring tournaments. And this spreadsheet basically tells you how many people are watching, okay? And when you start looking at that, and then you start seeing what you're getting with regards to the Russian server, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. I mean, we were getting somewhere in the region of 130 viewers, whereas the Russian guys, the guys streaming in Russia, we're getting somewhere in the region of 12 to 13,000 viewers. I mean that's how big it is. It's just massive, Yeah, the thing is, it's not about doing a Russian stream. I mean, firstly, my Russian is pretty bad. Did I see the Rex tax in your server? No, I haven't seen that, Mako. I mean, my Russian is pretty bad as it is, despite being married to a Russian. But the way YouTube sends it out, it's very, I don't get the Russian visitors, the foot traffic from the Russian side, fortunately. I just don't get it. Even if Tank Company will come out, I doubt if I can compete with Blitz after Sony's already know how to do. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Galaxy. There's just a lot of noise about it, and there's always going to be noise about lots of things in this game. It's the way it works. There's noise everywhere, and if it happens, it happens. And if you as a player, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's your cash and your entertainment. And if you suddenly decide that I'm fed up with Blitz, I'm going to play Tank Company instead, if it's available, and you're prepared to do that, I mean, who's to stop you? What's the big deal? That's what the big deal is all about. Oh, okay, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, 13. Yeah, they get not views, Layla. That's actually people on the stream there and then 13k. I mean, it's a lot. They get a lot on the Russian side. I mean, I remember when we were doing the Blitz Cup last year on EU. I think we had something. We had a record something like 8,000 or something along those lines, between 8 to 10,000, something like that. Whereas the Russians are somewhere in the region of 30,000. 30 to 40,000 people watching. I mean, it's just craziness. Absolutely, Andy. That's the point. I mean, who cares? If you play the game, you play the game. That's very true, Andy. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. If you want to play it, play it. Who's to dictate to you? I mean, it's just a game, and it's going to be no different. At the end of the day, don't expect it to be run any better. Let's put it that way. Okay. So, but there's a lot of noise about it, so I thought I'd better just bring it up. Tell you my penny's worth, because there isn't much else to talk about. That's about it, really. As I said, there isn't much else. Not much has gone on, really. I mean, Hap is on holiday, so there's not much drama this week. Joking, don't shoot me. And everybody's mainly on holidays, and it's the summer period, yeah, so everybody's on holidays and chilling out, and the drama is down to a minimum. Although, in the big stakes though, Droodles overtook Meadsy sub count wise. I'm catching up, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm only sort of 50,000 away from both of them. But I'm getting there, slowly but surely. It's going to take me an eternity to get there. But hey, slow and steady wins the race is what I think. It's not all about getting there first. It's just getting over that finish line. So, I'm nipping at their heels, sort of, to an extent. Maybe. I don't know. Oh dear. Yeah. So Droodles is now the biggest current YouTuber. Bushka's still the biggest, but then it's Droodles, and then it's Meatsy, and then Panther is catching up. There's a proper YouTubers. I mean, Water Tank Splits Joe and Angala are obviously the biggest, even on the English-speaking server. But they don't sort of do reviews and stuff, do they? They do other stranger things. So yeah, it's tough at the top of those, the royalty of Blitz YouTubers jostling for position up there. But as I said, I'm nipping at their heels with my 6K. One day. I haven't even got a 5 in it. It's 6.3K. It's 6,030. I haven't even got a 5 in it, so I can't even say if there's a 5 in my sub count, because there isn't. But it will get there. But after the end of summer, I'm going to set some targets. So my first target I achieved the other week, which was to get 30 people on a normal stream, okay? So I've exceeded 30 people on these coffee chats, and I've obviously exceeded more than 30 people on the tournament streams. But on a normal stream where I'm just, rolling out like the noob that I am, my aim was to get more than 30 people, and I achieved that, 32 or something, I can't remember. So my next target is to get 40 people on one of those streams. So yeah, it's a bit of a push. But you have to set these little targets. I keep saying that, Layla. Of course, and Bluto, of course. Well, His Royal Fatness will eventually. To be honest with you, they will. His Royal Fatness will grow massively. I don't disagree with you there. There can be only one. So yeah, he will. His Royal Fatness will eventually, when more people get to. They've heard about him anyway, but when they get to watch him and when he starts doing more videos, because he generally just streams, yeah. And one of the problems with doing streams over videos, because I do more streams than videos, is that you just don't get the people watching, where people like videos, okay? It's just the way YouTube works. People prefer videos than they do streams, oddly enough. And they're more likely to sub to you for your videos than you are for your streams, which is very bizarre. I don't know why it works that way. Which is why you generally see that the big YouTubers, the Bushkas, Bushkas different, they don't do as many streams, because they do more videos. And the whole idea for them is views and subs. So they do video after video after video after video. And they'll throw in a stream every now and then. Okay. But yeah, for them it's all about foot traffic and referrals. Simple as that, really. Whereas His Royal Fatness is pretty much like myself in Every Good Name Is Taken and Juicy Tender Steak. We generally don't do videos. I'll churn out the odd one or two every now and then, but not regularly. It's the same as, these guys. Juicy will do one every now and then. And I don't know if His Royal Fatness has done one yet. Peter's done one or two. But we very rarely do videos, so, we just don't get that traffic. I won't tell Darren, don't worry. But yeah, it's all interesting. And it's summer, so everybody's chilled out. Bad news though. My little pussycat, one of my little pussycats, because I've got two, and they're brother and sister. But the boy, who's called Toski, he's got toothache. He's 116, bless him, and he's got toothache on his back tooth here, so he's struggling to eat at the moment, which is not a good thing when you're 116. So I took him to the vet the other day, and the vet said he's like a 60-year-old, which is pretty fantastic apparently for a cat. But he's struggling to eat, so he's losing weight sort of rapidly. Not that it seems to bother him, because it doesn't seem to bother him in the slightest. He's still having fun, but yeah, it's pretty sad at the moment, because you know what cats are like. He just always looks pissed off. I totally disagree with you, Net Force. Totally disagree. I totally agree with you. Sorry, not disagree. Totally agree with you. Yeah. Although I do a lot shorter videos now, it's very rare that I do anything over 6 minutes anymore. I used to do longer videos, but no, I don't do that anymore. I do very short videos now. I try to aim at 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. Sometimes it will go over into 7 minutes, but I try and get them lower than that if I can. I certainly try not to get anything over the 10-minute mark, because people turn off. They don't watch it. If it's too long, people don't watch it. It's as simple as that. And the optimum amount, so everybody says on YouTube, is 6 minutes. And so 6 minutes is the holy grail of YouTube, apparently. So if you can get your videos into a 6 minute montage, then yeah, this is true, Mako. But like I said, a lot of the content creator channels that you get as a YouTuber say, you know, the holy grail is not Blitz, just YouTube generally. The holy grail is 6 minutes. If you can get your videos into 6 minutes, then you know you'll get more foot traffic. It's simple as that. So, but I found that because you have a lot of analytics as a YouTuber. Okay, you go into YouTube Studio, there's loads of analytics. And I found that longer videos can attract people. Yes, they can. But it's very rare that they watch them to the end. They turn off, they tune out. They'll watch half of it and then turn off. That's the thing, Galaxy. I mean, every man and his dog nowadays has got the ability to open up YouTube. And one of the problems that I find with YouTube, like I find with most social media, and YouTube is no different, is that in order to stand out, people have to be, well, narcissistic, basically, and toxic. So you will find that there is more people watching drama. I mean, there is a YouTube channel, and I shit you not, and it's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, called Movie Headshots. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, this is just a channel dedicated to showing you people getting shot in the head in the movies, and it's got like so many subscribers. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Seriously, unbelievable. And that's what their videos are, just movie headshots. And I think they've diverse now. I think they've just gone into movie decapitations or something. I don't know. That's what YouTube and social media is about now. That's exactly what. Animation videos really go a long way, Layla. And if I could do animation, then I would do them. You know. But I can't, so I don't. It's simple as that, really. I wish I could. What else we got? Oh, let's have a look at Sarah and the Annihilator. Why not? Well, I'm similar to that, Mako. I generally watch. I mean, I'll turn a video on if it annoys me in the first 20 seconds, and then I'll turn it off. See, PT, you've heard about it as well. It's always on my YouTube algorithm, movie headshots. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm surprised it's around, you know, because seriously, it's about people getting shot in the head. It's just absolutely madness. But that's what people want. People want, you know, death, destruction, drama, negativity. and it's like I get a lot of I get a lot of YouTube feeds come through, which are either, you know, all about, I don't know how to say it really, it's political, because I watch a lot of news, okay, because I don't have TV, so I read BBC News and I watch a lot of news on YouTube, and then I get all the crap that comes from that, yeah, so I get like all those ultra right wingers and ultra left wingers, all their bullshit, and I don't watch any of it, because at the end of the day, you know, you know, if you listen to one, everybody's a complete and utter lunatic and the world is going to end next week. If you listen to the other side, you know, that's if you listen to the right, but if you listen to the left, everybody's a lunatic and the world is going to end next week. Oh, I've done that, NetForce, I've done that, but it's because I watch BBC News and stuff like this, so that's what happens there. So yeah, you know, you're not even tempted to watch some of them. And the reason I got the movie headshots thing is because I'm a subscriber of the Critical Drinker, who does movie reviews, and I mean he's pretty vocal. Okay, he's not your average movie reviewer. So that's why I get that pop up, because I watch him, basically. So the, you know, YouTube, the YouTube algorithm, the way it works is it generally looks at what you sort of watch, and the things I watch a guy called Night Shift who does models. He's a Slovakian model maker, incredibly good. And I've been watching him since he had sort of like, you know, 500 subs. he's brilliant. He's now at like 150,000, I think, something like that. And he's only been going for like a year, but he is a fantastic model maker, and the way he does it is very good. Which means I get a load of other sort of channels that come through. I then watch quite a bit of comedy, like Jimmy Carr and stuff like that, so I get a load of shit that comes through that way. I watch The Critical Drinker, because I think he's hilarious. So I get a lot of that sort of stuff coming this way as well. And I watch a lot of news. So because I watch news, then I get thrown at me things like, you know, the news, and then political analysts like Ben Shapiro or whoever you know, or whoever. So I get that thrown at me as well, because that's what they think I'm watching a lot of, because I watch news and stuff like this. And then I watch The Life of Boris, so then I get stuff thrown at me that relates to Boris. But then I watch a lot of other things on how to, you know, do DaVinci Resolve and stuff like that. So that's the thing, Layla. So, you know, there are videos added to my playlist. That is things like DaVinci Resolve and how to do DaVinci Resolve and how to do this and how to do that, etc., etc. And, you know, all these get added to the algorithm, basically, and then YouTube targets it, and you just get spammed it. But I do like The Critical Drink. I think his reviews are quite funny. Don't always agree with him, but a lot of it, he's knocked a lot of it on the head, to be honest with you. That's because you're watching tanks, okay? So your YouTube algorithm, they're looking at World of Tanks, so it's taking the tanks and it's then expanding it further. This is how I got to see The Lockpicking Lawyer, because what was I looking at? I can't remember what I was looking at now. I was looking at something and it had lawyer in the title, and all of a sudden I'm getting videos recommended to me from The Lockpicking Lawyer. It was actually really funny. He's a really funny guy. He's quite... This is The Lockpicking Lawyer, and today we're talking about another lock. He's quite good. Yeah, I miss Martin Dogger as well. He's a good lad as mine. But, I mean, I don't know how much of what Martin said when he was leaving is correct, as in the truth. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, he's gone back to his first love, which is schooling. But there comes a point when YouTube can get you down. When you put a lot of effort in for, literally no reward. And yeah, he had a good sub base, but Martin is pretty much similar to me. We don't do drama and all that sort of malarkey, and his sub base wasn't growing. He got to the 20,000, then it stopped. So he may have sat there and said, "What's the point of this? Where's this going? I'm putting the effort in, but the reward coming back isn't that great." And I know he invested a lot, Martin. I mean, he had merchandise and everything. So for him to just throw the towel in like that was shocking, to be fair. And I think it wasn't just about, I'm going back to my first love, which is teaching. That may have been like 90% of it, but there would have been another factor. There may have been some other factors involved as well. As I said, it can be pretty unrewarding. It can get you down sometimes, to be honest with you, YouTube. Because, you know, you're constantly chasing subs or views or whatever. Because what you're after is recognition. Yeah, you're after some recognition for the effort you've put in, for your hard work or whatever. I mean, you've given up a couple of hours of your day, or in some cases, you know, a few hours, you know, 4 or 5 hours of your day to get the content, and then maybe write a script and then put it all together and edit it and all that sort of stuff, and then stick it up on you know, these things, they're a drain on a YouTuber. That doesn't surprise me, Andy. I mean, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. As I said, you know, you get to a point where you think, is it worth it? Really? Is it worth it? And then, you know, you look at others and you think, hang on a minute, I mean, this guy's just, this YouTuber, no names mentioned, this YouTuber is just pandering to the mob, or this YouTuber is just lying through his teeth and creating drama when there's no drama needed, and blah, 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 blah. And what's the point? You know, why are we following rules? Why are we towing a line? Why are we taking our time and effort to try and act professionally and be decent people when it just gets, you know, kicked, you know, you're having sand kicked in your face? And there comes a point in time where you think, well, sod it. What's the point? So that's the thing. You know, it depends. It depends. And when you get to like that 20,000 mark, which is where Martin was at, then you know, you're starting to earn a bit of money from it. I mean, I earn jack. You know, I earn literally zero. In fact, I'll tell you how much I earn, because I've got. So here we go. My estimated yearly earnings, drum roll, $45 to $700. My estimated monthly earnings, $4 to $60. So my earnings so far this month, drum roll, $14. That was for July. I don't earn from YouTube. So, I mean, this is the thing. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't get paid from Wargaming. I don't get free tanks from them. You know, they don't give me jack. What I do get is a little budget as a CC, where it enables me to do the giveaways that I'm currently going to do. Aside from that, I don't get anything from Wargaming. Not really, for being a CC. Simple as that. So, you know, it's not all, you know, swings and roundabouts, guys. It's not everything's rosy. So there you go. Now by all means, everybody can go and check out how much I earn from YouTube. It's there on Social Blade. You know, everybody can see it. I earn literally nothing. You know, I don't. It's as simple as that. But I don't go around begging people to become a member or anything. I keep saying to everybody, you know, I appreciate those who want to become patrons and members, and I need to do more for those people. Don't get me wrong, and I'm thinking of ways and means of how to do that. But you know, once I've settled down with sorting the house, because I do need to do more for those who actually sponsor me. Basically, I mean, my patrons and my YouTube members are the people supporting me. They are, by all accounts, and for all intents and purposes, the people who sponsor me. So, you know, this is the thing. You earn €10. $14 is about €10, isn't it? That's roughly. So yeah, so yeah, I don't earn from YouTube. You know, seriously, having 6,000 subscribers or having 10,000 subscribers won't change my earnings, to be honest with you. It's just the way it works. But yes, I mean, I'm eternally grateful for the likes of Layla and all my YouTube members. Absolutely. Because without you, it would make it even harder, to be honest with you. It really would. And you know, it's a huge thing, having YouTube members and patrons, because they're the people you do it for, to be honest. Anyway. Oh, it's not. It's no. You know, people do chase it. It is wishful thinking, because the money you get from YouTube it's you know, the ad revenue is like minus. It's like so small. It's tiny, and then not everything can be not everything is compatible to Google AdSense for whatever reason. So yeah, it's not a career, not really. Anyway. On that bombshell, I think that's we'll leave it there. No, and as I said, Layla, I am eternally grateful for all that support. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. I know, PT, and this is the thing. This is why I try to do other things. This is why I don't do. I only do replays now on this, and I try not to do the same sort of content anymore. That's why I did that, you know, guide, the guide to play, the player guide the other day, and the history stuff. They don't like it much, Mako, and they sort of demonetize a lot of it, to be honest with you. Anyway, on that bombshell, as I said, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm a bit Hank Martin, which in Cockney rhyming slang means starving. I'm a bit hungry, my fellow friends. Guys, as always, it's been fantastic that you've jumped in and, you know, shared this with me. Don't forget, I've got a giveaway. Don't forget that. All you got to do is write your name. And okay, it's one of the wargaming giveaways. I've saved up my budget that I get as a CC. And what I'm going to do, I'm throwing that budget together to do a giveaway. Problem is, it's only Tech 3 tanks, all the tanks I've mentioned, which is the VK4503, the ISU 122S, the T54-3, the Chieftain T95, or the M4A1 Revelays. So guys, if you know, just get on there, get on to that. Get a chance to win a tank. There's only 3 to give away at this stage, but I was going to save the rest up till I get to 10k, but that's never going to happen. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do a giveaway every month, probably 2 tank giveaway every month, or if I can. I don't know about my budget. I mean, after I give away these 3, I'll have enough in the budget that I've saved to give away some more tanks. There's no point me waiting to get to the 10k, because that's going to be like another 10 years at this rate. Right, anyway, with that, I'm going to go. Guys, again, thank you for popping in. It's always great to spend, how long? Oh, an hour and a half with friends. Hey, and it's brilliant. I love every minute of these chats because I get to interact with you guys. And that's why I love streaming, because I get to interact with you guys. Right, until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. If you're in Saturday, some of you, if you're in Australia, doubtful. We'll be into Sunday by now. I mean, I'm almost into Sunday. It's 8:42 p.m. here. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday or whatever day you happen to be in, or whatever part of the day you happen to be in. And until the next time, guys, yet again, thank you for popping in and all the best. Stay safe. Have fun out there and happy tanking. It's just a game. Have fun, guys, and be happy. Until the next time. Bye.